sorry, Father. Thank you, Lord, for all I really need. Lord, it's been so long since I've been happy. I found myself at times with my own tears. He said, don't be sorry, just learn to trust me. Through all things good and bad, I'm all you need. Testify for me, L. Jack. The blessings overflow, and I want to thank you, Jesus. You're everything to me. You're all I need. You're everything to me. You're all I need. You're everything to me. Thank you, Father.
stopping by to pick up my clothes and my shoes. I'm not asking you to forget me. I'm not asking you to try to understand. I'll always love you with all my heart, every part, but I'm just a man. And I guess I should have acted more my age. And I guess I should have been more engaged. And I don't know why I went out with your friend. And I don't know why I did it again. I'm just a man. I'm just a man. Please understand it wasn't planned. It wasn't a thing that I tried to do. I regret and won't forget the wrong that I've done to you. And I guess I should have acted more my age. And I guess I should have been more engaged. And I don't know why I laid down with your friend. And I don't know why I did it again. I'm just a man.
welcome to this edition of the Indie Live Spot. Streaming live on YouTube as we do every Saturday. We're very excited today because we have a couple of guests here, as you can see. We got Mr. Wilfred Frelix in the house and ThaSaint as well. Welcome, guys. Welcome back. Good to see both of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing okay?
Pretty good.
Great.
It's great to be back and to see everyone. It's been almost 2 years since I've been on the show. So, I've aged, I have gray hair, but still good to be here.
You talk like by yourself. You ain't by yourself.
Thank you.
And I'm here every week.
Thank you, Papa Smurf.
Well, it's good to see you
Pointing out the
guys.
obvious.
Well, it's great to have you guys back, and
Yes.
I'm very excited to talk to you and try to catch up and see what's been going on since the last time both of you been on. I just come off of a lot of great music. I usually always start the music playlist about 30 minutes before the official the starting time of the show, and but we just right before we came on, we actually did a couple of tracks that were, I think, like the one that we did come in on, the "Come Get This Love," the radio version. Isn't that something that both of you had something to do with as well, with Ness?
Rajani.
Rajani. I'm sorry, I got
Yeah.
two wonderful artists in my head going at the same time. That's pretty wild. But anyhow, yeah, Rajani, was that something that you both had a pleasure of working on together on?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I'll put it this way. We were planning on doing a tour.
Mm-hmm.
Me, Roger, Nay, and Wilfred. And we were going to be doing like a small subset of venues to try to get our names out there, get it more known, and build up a following, mostly me, because I needed that following base, and get the music heard. I believed in us, Wilfred and Renee, and as PG, he's the mastermind behind this whole thing. And some things just didn't happen in reference to the feedback from the listeners. So we said, you know what, we're going to make a song.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to probably prove ourselves and show them that, Wilfred is not to be messed with. Roger Nate's voice is the soulful thing you hear next to Aretha Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I know how to touch maybe one or two keys on the keyboard behind me. And we were able to make Come Get This Love. And, it was a blessing. I'll just say it that way, because we put all of our heart in it and our emotions in it to show the listeners that we meant business and we're here for you to hear us.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, great track.
The track rocks. I love it. It really
And so
does.
does the video.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Now that video, I'm sorry, G.
No, go ahead.
Now that video, where did you guys shoot that video?
Chicago.
Oh,
In
okay.
Chicago. Yeah, at a park just outside of Matson, Illinois. Real good, nice setting. Everybody seemed to gel real good about the way it was orchestrated, and great working with John and Ray Janae. Very easy to work with. There's a lot of people, sometimes you could start projects and, a little friction. Everybody have their own idea, but
Right.
it bubbled into what you see. And like I say, John's very easy to work with. He actually came with the initial track when we first started working it. And then they presented it to me to start throwing my little garbage into it, to make me see what I could do with something. So anyway,
Well, I wouldn't call it garbage.
Oh, I
Come
know
on.
it garbage either.
I put it in the garbage because it's all got to get all ground together so that we put it together and then make steak out of it.
You mean grinder? Let's say grinder instead of garbage.
Yeah. I hear
Will it
you.
get recycled?
Yeah, see, there you go. And so as it started coming together, Ray, she started putting her parts in, and it just came together. Everybody, we have a good chemistry with each other, and it just fell together to the point where every time we would say we want to do something as far as anything other than just the record itself, it had the same chemistry of coming out to the same, epic proportion. So I was just glad to be. I'm glad to be a part of what they involved me in, and just blessed to be there.
And me too. And I think the key word, Wilfred, is freedom. As a musician, as an artist, as anyone who's creative, want a certain amount of freedom to make what makes them special. Pass it on to that next person, make that next piece special, and then everyone put a little bit of themselves in. And it just became something you can hear is something unique to Wilfred, me, and Roger Ney.
Yep.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
I like it.
And like I was mentioning off the air before we started the show, Wilfred, you had walked out for just a second, and that's when your camera went to a different view instead of you. But I was telling John, ThaSaint, that the tracks that we got from him are just amazing. And then the tracks that you sent as well just blew me away. So your new stuff has just, blown my mind. It's awesome music that you guys produce this time around.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
That's right. Very
You're
nice.
welcome. And I can't wait to share with the audience.
I'm sorry, if I can say this, Wilfred's guitar playing inspires me. It probably inspires Roger Ney as well. And that's what we feed off of this stuff, and then we create new content. I know I do. And that makes me want to continue to make something I probably say, hey, I can hear Wilfred on this, or I hear Roger Ney, I probably can put Roger Ney on here. Even times I hear Joyce. I hear one of my tracks with Joyce on there.
She's like, give us a still call.
That's what I did to Dave Howard.
Hey.
Dave, yeah.
Yeah.
But we're all special. Joyce is special. All of us artists are special. We need to be appreciated for the amount of time we put in these 4x4 rooms and let out our soul, our emotions. If people can understand that part of us, maybe the value of how they see each song will go up.
I agree.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Preach.
There's a lot. I couldn't hear you. You saying something, Ray?
No, I was just saying that was a good analogy.
Oh, yeah.
Ray. Ray.
That's Ray's ringtone. I recognize that one.
Because we hear it every week.
Aren't we just so blessed?
I think he's trying to tell you something that, yeah.
You
It's
remind
kind
me.
of like what my mom.
Hold
Kind of
on.
like what Mama used to say all the time. It's time for you to go to bed and play and put that guitar up. It's only 2:00, but you should know by now, right?
But you're an artist. 2:00 in the morning is the
It's
norm.
nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is now for us because we run all the way up to maybe almost dawn, and then it's just time for your second session to start. So
That's right.
yeah,
Exactly.
so that's pretty good.
Now, ThaSaint, did you have a little something for our audience?
Yes, I did. Thank you, Joyce.
That wasn't Joyce, it was me.
Like, see, I only see half of your face on my little phone.
Oh, I'm sorry, but it was me.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay. Yes, I do. Because last year was something else,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a lot of music that I did, but I felt that during the time, the pandemic really drowned out music to a certain degree. And I feel strongly with this CD I did, This Is Us. And I want to give this CD here, This Is Us, to the first person I can name Wilfred's first single off his current album.
Oh, you would do that to him, wouldn't you?
But you know what? I like what you did, John. You are promoting your brother at the same time. That's beautiful.
I'm promoting music, I'm promoting love, I'm promoting music, I'm promoting Wilfred.
Yeah.
And he always have done that. That's my big brother right
I
there,
like
John.
that.
The man.
Yeah, so
Yes,
the
sir.
first song that Wilfred released off his last album, first person that can mention it in the chat, I'll be sending this out to you autographed. With a big thank you.
Nice.
And you have almost an hour and 20 minutes to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't figure it out, the CD goes to me.
Well, I'll say this. I'll say this to sweeten the pot. I'll throw in that CD as well, along with you, John, to make sure that they find it. If you don't know that CD or the single, you get the CD and you can figure it out yourself.
And again, if you don't figure it out, I'll get that one as well.
Very nice. Very good.
Yes.
Cool. Well, I'd like to open it up for Joyce for questions. Joyce, if you have something, because I know you're going to be short time with us today.
Yeah. Well, for the listeners that are just seeing you for the first time, I always like the listeners to know a little bit about your background. So, ThaSaint, with your wonderful music, could you give us, a brief background? Where did you start in music, the instruments you play, and where you that led up to where you are now? And the same, and after you, ThaSaint, then I'd like to hear the same from Wilfred.
All
Well,
right.
it all starts from the 80s. Being an 80s kid, a New York kid, we would bang on trunks on cars, make beats with friends in high school, and they'd say, "Hey, you're whack. Your beat is whack." And they'll say my beat is whack. So I would take that to heart. Then go forward. I used to go inside a store called Sam Ash here in New York City back in the 90s. And we would all play our music. We played the piano. But the one thing that was big in Sam Ash was rock music. And rock music seemed to win over R&B, jazz. Kenny G was big back then and everything. So when I'm coming here doing my little Kenny G keyboard playing, they say, "Dude, turn that down, man. You got to turn that down, man." So I turned down the jazz, let the rock play, and I took that to heart again. And so from there, I felt that I need to find a platform to be able to play the music that I love, which is smooth jazz, R&B, and dance music. Back then, the first person that made me really want to play music was Kenny G, then Brian Culbertson. I picked up on Brian Culbertson, the way he played with emotion and not afraid to be a showman on stage, which is sort of like I am. I said, "That's me. That's me." That's not me, that's Brian Culbertson, but that's me. I like to entertain. I like to express myself on stage. On my way, I play my piano. And it's different from everyone else, I understand. But music is special, that it's a language, a tone, and a voice that everyone has their own tone, their own voice. And this is where I found my tone. And so with my wife, when I met my wife in 1999, she wanted to be in business, in the music part of business, and I wanted to be music. So we went to seminars with Ashford and Simpson to shoot, and I got to meet them, and that really inspired me to push further into smooth jazz.
And what has it been like with your wife being your manager?
Oh,
I don't know, but tell the listeners.
No, it's special. And I know a lot of artists have their wife and their husbands as their manager, because it's someone that you trust and that's down with you from the get-go, from the end of the day to the start of the day. And it's something special that I can see a smile on her face when she did something right on the business side. And when I do something right on the music side, it feels special to her. And that's how it is.
Cool.
It's beautiful.
There's a question in the chat room from John Vargas from 510 Jazz. He says, "What is the background on your artist name, ThaSaint?"
Good
Why
question.
is it called ThaSaint?
Why? Yeah. How did you come up with that? What's the background story for that one?
Well, because back in the day, I just had this thing of reference to always wanting to be the person out of the group that always wanted to help out other people. That always, I had a bunch of people that were knuckleheads as friends, and I was the person that was always there to help that person who fell down on the street, that person who's asking for money, begging for money on the streets. Because I see, you don't know their story. Not everyone has that bad thing in reference to them. It's just bad luck.
Yeah.
So I was always that person that wanted to do something good, while my friends wanted to just be the ones to be knuckleheads. So one lady called me a saint. And I said, okay, thank you. And then I just said, hey, I'm from the Bronx. I'm going to call it the Saint. Have a little Ebonics in there, the Saint.
Right.
And that's how I came.
Riss had to correct me. I said, is it the Saint? No.
I said, put a little ghetto in it.
just think of Huggy Bear from Starsky and Hutch saying the Saint. That's how it's
I
called.
got it. Immediately, the Saint. I'm from South Louisiana. Everything was not the.
Yes.
Oh, and there was another, they were asking, are you talking about Wilfred's CD Time, as far as which one was the first single? Was it from the CD Time?
Yes.
Okay, so Colleen, so yes. From that CD Time, which one was the very first single that came out? And of course, Keith goes, I know which one it is. I know that one. He goes, yeah, I figured you would be. Well, he didn't answer because, yeah, but I know what it is.
Yeah, I know he knows.
Of course, the Lord V would know.
If
Yeah.
you're
I'll send him some pine wood.
Right. There you go. Pinewood.
He gets pine wood, not the CD.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's switch it over to Mr. Wilfred.
Okay, so now it's your turn to tell the story.
Okay. I have a really, really long story that I'm gonna chop up really quick for you guys. When I first started playing, I had started actually being inspired because it was a paper. I had a paper route. The paper route inspired into a man giving me a guitar, which inspired into a producer, Tommy McGee, seeing me wanting to learn, and he actually grabbed me and took me to the studio with him. And also actually telling my mother, could he help groom me into music? I'm jumping forward now, then to start getting into groups and stuff like that. This was probably maybe like 3 years later. I ended up at the age of 14 playing in bars. It was like unbelievable, all the support in the community that a lot of people was teaching me. There's a guy named, he's on the internet now, named Vibe RW. Anyway, he was like this phenomenal keyboard player. He would teach me stuff off of a keyboard that I could use for guitar licks and everything. Anyway, he was very instrumental even to this day, spiritually. Going back to growing up and grooming, I went through numerous bands until I got to the point where I could be almost self-sufficient, learning how to play different instruments. Going out to California, getting in groups that was getting signed by major labels and stuff like that. Moving into where I was now, learning how to be an engineer, from producers and engineers that were Grammy nominated. Then actually settling down in one spot, getting married, which really anchored me here around one of the top engineers in the country, which really furthered my career and everything else. And also stuck me right here in the hornet's nest with Ready for the World. And they've known me before they was Ready for the World. And they embraced me and took me into the group and helped me cultivate my skills as far as being able to be on stage aware. You can be playing in smaller venues, but when you start doing stuff on a larger scale, your demeanor changes a little bit because you have to be different. You have to be recognizant of sound man. You're not so recognizant of the people in front of you no more. You have to understand that you're putting on a show for them. They looking at you, okay, then for them going on to this writing thing. I had started writing for so many people, becoming a person that could write. I would metamorphose my sound and the way I play into what you would do. It didn't have nothing to do with my playing as well as I could play. I wanted to custom fit everything. That's why when me and John would start playing with Raja, the stuff that we wrote for her is custom fit because he hear her voice just like I hear your sax playing, and just like with you, Gary, the same thing. When I first heard you play, I sent you that track, and I know you were so busy. I'm like, man, this is perfect for him. perfect fit. But anyway, you go back to start understanding that when you start playing and listening, it's not so much about just yourself and your ability. You want to try to make something that's going to fit your personality to the person that you are working for. And I was mentioning a couple of names of some people before she told me she wanted me to mention on the air. Like I was writing a tune right now. I hope you're listening, Carmen. I got to send this tune to you. I'm almost done, but I got to make sure that you like the turns, and we'll figure out what you want me to do with it, or keep it like it is. Carmen Bruner. Anyway, with those types of things that you can do with your craft, and where you can and you can't go, a lot of the things is going to happen like this. There's going to be a line of people. We was talking about that too. So many people that I want to work with. I had a list of names for them on the air, but I'm not going to share that at this point, because we was talking about getting or feeling some kind of way if somebody don't get back to you. You know, and I understand that everybody is working. There's people that I had just talked to. She's on, this lady, I'm not going to mention her name, but she's a heavyweight, and she's out there on tour right now, but she hadn't looked at her email, and that's totally understandable, because when you out on the road, you doing what you're doing. You ain't got time to be chasing the waterfalls, but
That's
you know,
true.
I understand it. But what goes on is that as we as artists, just like Joyce, I see you a lot of time. You out on the road, and somebody will say something to you. You're saying that I'm sorry that I didn't, you know, that thing. You saying that you didn't see what they said, but you know, it comes with you being busy. You know, we understand.
Right.
But going back to where I was saying about me and my career, man, I'm in the quest right now of writing a whole lot. I just got through playing live with Audley Reed and his band. I believe that was on I want to say the 20th or something of September. Maybe it was the 7th. But anyway, we just did a set with him. I do play live. I just did a Red Cup Chronicle with Raja on the internet. My stuff, I'm constantly working in singles. Mr. Keith Gilchrist is just did my write-up for my next single that's coming out. It ain't the one that Mr. Saint said you're gonna win some rubbish. But anyway, it's another song. But anyway, that one's gonna be called "I'll Be," and real nice tune. I hope everybody will like it. But I can give y'all a hint on this tune that he's gonna have you try to guess. You know, I like guitar players, so I'll just leave it there.
Well, Colleen was the first I see that answered. If I'm
She don't count. She know.
Colleen works hard to support us.
Yeah.
And she's 100% right. You know that? She's 100% right too.
If I could say one thing, I'm going to say to Colleen. Colleen, you are a wonderful lady.
Yes.
And when there's times that I feel that the music is successful during the day, or the food didn't taste right that my wife cooked, or my kids just like drive me nuts, or that band looking through my window, when Colleen gives a nice comment to my music, it makes my day.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you,
It does. Same here. Absolutely.
I agree.
Very nice lady. Very nice.
Yes, Colleen.
She
Could I also?
Is it Little George?
Yes, it is Little George. Yep, like as in George Benson. You know, it's a little bit of George, that type of thing in there. So I just called it Little George. So, but I was going to say I want to give some shout outs to a couple people that has really, really furthered my career. And since we was talking about you saying about my career, and I want to close in saying this. Eugene Brown, he's the radio host of Huge Radio. He actually broke my CD in 30 different countries when it came out. And then Keith picked it up from there. Mr. Keith Gilchrist, I want to take my hats off to those two gentlemen for helping do everything that otherwise you wouldn't have seen me in the light that I am today. And I really thank him. He brought me, John, and Rasha together. That was his brainchild. He put that together. So he was very instrumental on a lot of the stuff that we do. And he's also host of So Jazzy. You know, everybody knows that. You know, he's the host. Mr. Keith Gilchrist. Like,
The jazz man.
I love him to death. That's my big brother. Like I love Gary, Joyce, Grizz, and Ray. And man, you guys are great people. And my big brother over there, John, you know what? You never let me down, man. Hats off to you, sir.
The only
Hey,
thing that goes down is the
hey,
one.
hey, Wilfred, Wilfred,
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't have gave Keith that compliment.
Man, you got to give it to him. Like they say, give it to one of the fountains
He's
is
jealous.
alive.
He's jealous because Keith is the real tall man, not him.
Look at here, Wilfred. Keith is
Hey,
always with me. I have to get him back some way, somehow.
Yeah.
Well, how about this,
Yeah,
Ray? If I can say this, I'm going to give Ray some, dues for the next 2 minutes. I'm going to just say Ray maybe like 50 times and forget KG exists. Ray, you're awesome. That guy, the way you sit in that chair is awesome. The way he makes that sound every time I watch you, like a number one hit. I hear it type sometimes. You're a great individual, and with the way you talk, it makes me think about going down to Columbia, South Carolina to see my family. And, I'm not mentioning KG at all. This is all about Ray. But Ray,
Keith, he's gonna mention Keith.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Now, that's all right. I like that. I like that. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Man, I'm sitting up here looking at one computer, seeing y'all, hearing y'all, and I'm turning around to the other computer so I can look and see everybody on the screen. Well, this is a piece of the day. And I got it worked out, though.
Very good.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, well, you know what I'd like to do right now at this point, I want to play some music selections from both of you individuals, individually as well, as a feature. In fact, for starting out, I'm going to mention a couple of tracks here, and then I want you both to tell me a little bit about them before we do go into them. Now, let's see. Yes. So, Saint, why don't you tell us a little bit about This Is Us? I would like to hear a story about that.
well, I got to clear the air. When I made the album This Is Us, they thought I was talking about the TV show This Is Us. It's not about the TV show This Is Us. This is about me and my wife. This is about everything that we go through when she's beating me up like I turned in the studio. When we're looking at each other, looking out for each other, building a family, building a business. And just saying, for these 23 some odd years, it's only been us at the end of the day. From the time we wake up to the time we go to sleep, we're thinking about the next day and how we can better ourselves and other people around us.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And then, of course, I'm going to play directly after that. I'm going to play this one, Wilfred, Take It Off. Tell me about that, sir.
Okay, Take It Off. It kind of stemmed from a couple things. Me and the wife, we have a great relationship. Sometimes when you have a disagreement, and what that was a makeup song. If you want to, it is not. You see, everybody's thinking sex, but it's not so much to the point where you go on sexual. It's Take It Off. Take It Off.
You clear that one up.
Yeah, I'm trying to clean it up a little bit. I gotta keep it clean.
Clear it up.
But as far as like when you have a discrepancy or a difference in opinion, how it can get a little ugly sometimes. So you got to take that ugly side of you off. And emotionally, when I was writing that music, it was so beautiful. I'm like, how can you stay mad at somebody that's so beautiful? So I let that music do the transformation of the what I would call the apology or the makeup. And so I left it right there. And that's how that title came about.
Nice. All right.
Nice.
Cool.
What you're saying, Wilfred, the message is in the music, huh?
Message in the music, yes, sir.
Yeah.
What you think
All
about
right.
that? What you think about that, Ray?
Another way.
All right. Well, we're going to let our listeners check out a couple of those, and I'm probably going to sneak in a couple of more, and then we'll come back and talk about that and a whole lot more with these two great fine gentlemen. And, of course, Joyce did have, for the ones that may not know, Joyce do have a gig tonight, so that's the reason why she had to make an exit. So everybody keep it locked right here, and we'll keeping it live right here on the Indie Live spot right here with both guests, Wilfred Frelix and also ThaSaint. Keep it locked. We'll be right back.
What's happening, y'all? It's Will the Thrill from Wilfred Ninja Frelix. Unity featuring the Queen.
U-N-I-T-Y, that's a unity.
a little smooth jazz on the beat for you. Gotta get the party started if that's alright. And if you feel like dancing, yeah, alright. I like the way you move. West Coast, down south, do the thing you do. East Coast always is the place to be. And wave your hands in the air, is jazz in the city.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we're having so much fun today with our guests today, both Wilfred Frelix and ThaSaint. And we just come off of a nice little music set there, and yes, indeed. So, now what was you guys talking about? I heard y'all talking about something there.
Talking about Christmas.
Talking about KT's and my voice and things like that, but Keith's voice is a little bit heavier than mine. But you know something, John? I had a woman tell me, said Ratio got a sexy voice. Well, I wanted to crawl through that radio so quick to see who that was. I want to get right after that.
Boy, I should be so fortunate.
But anyhow, man, we just got through playing some more music from you guys. We went into the two tracks that we had mentioned, but I did play one extra from both of you. One of them was, of course, Unity featuring Sophia Wilfred. Remember that one? And then ThaSaint, I went into Jazz in the City, C#. Both of those. But anyway, if y'all want to add something about those tracks, you can at this point.
Let's start with Unity.
Okay. Thank you, John. I love that, how that handoff. It was beautiful. Well, this is actually what was coming about. Queen Latifah is a real, I'm going to say a great artist and somebody I've always admired. I love her work. I really, really love her work. And as I was writing it, I tried to get I guess you would call it like a licensing to find out if I could get her to actually be on it, and I couldn't actually catch up with her because at that time she was just shooting for that new movie. I think it's called Equalizer or something like that.
Oh
And
yeah,
that
yeah.
was in the making, and I couldn't get her. But Sophia can sound like everybody, which is Sophia Janelle Taylor. Man, that girl is a talent. She really is. She's a great talent.
Yeah.
And anyway, I had her end up cutting the vocal parts for me, and she sounded so much close like her
She
that
did.
when I submitted the copyrights to it, there was a discrepancy. He thought that was Queen Latifah, and I'm like, no, I redid everything on the song. I replayed everything. So what you're hearing is total me reconstructing everything with all the instruments. And you know, with her tracks, I think they were samples, 24 different samples to comprise the composition. So mine is a copywritten song now of Unity, which is a revised version of hers. Same thing I kind of did with the Sun Goddess, but I also just redid that too with solo in it instead of the sax solo. But that song was a very potent song. She just actually, if I remember right, she just did that on, I think, the awards. Queen Latifah did, and she did UNITY, and I was like, man, she's timeless because she's got that it factor, and
She really
I would
does.
be really honored if I could get Queen Latifah to actually work on something, you know, with what I'm doing. But I'm kind of like to myself, if I could actually have a sit down with a lot of people that do the things that we want to do with those people, that goes back to what we were saying earlier about that line. And you know, that line is crazy because they got so many people that probably want to work with them. You know, you get excluded or just kind of put on the back burner. And but as far as that music, that's where that kind of came from.
Man, that's nice, man. I really enjoyed it. You know, I remember when we first started playing it, man, it was just like, wow. You know, they kind of, you know, it really brought back, like I said, you know, made me go back, you know, to that time to think about when Queen came out, you know, back then, because man, she did. I was like, man, back then it was just like that was the thing. I said, this is the putting it down like she did, and yeah. And then it was so fascinating, you know, even years later, then find out that she when she did some of that jazz voice
She
singing,
could really sing.
singing the jazz stuff, and that just blew my mind when I found that out.
Yeah, California Dreaming. Oh my God, that was one that was. Oh man, that wiped you right out.
Yes, indeed.
You know, that was the Mamas and the Papas tune that she covered.
Yeah.
Nice, very.
And so the Saint, tell us a little bit about that other track I played there, Jazz in the City.
Jazz in the City.
C sharp.
Jazz City was the first single off of the album This Is Us, and we wanted to go to a sound that can blend two different genres of the beat, feeling almost hip hopish, almost a little old schoolish hip hop, and some jazz. Hey, how about putting peanut butter with my this and that is peanut butter and jelly, make something real nice. So I just kept thinking about a brass section on a hip hop beat and bouncy style piano, just given the vision of being on the pier in downtown Manhattan, looking over the Brooklyn Bridge while the sun is setting, and everyone just gathered around listening to Jazz in the City. And somehow I said, I'm going to try to rap on that song. And then it turned out to sound like Will Smith. At the end of the day, I'm like, that sounds like Will Smith. But it turned out to be something that people liked. It turned out to be some crossover style feel, which is okay with me because I'm trying to get music for many different people to listen to, because music doesn't have a color, it just has a sound to bring us all together.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely. Very nice. Now I want to kind of go back. I want to talk a little bit more about because you mentioned a little bit earlier about your affiliation with Ready for the World, and man, that that's a group that was definitely one of my number ones that was in my playlist, back in the day, and even all the way up to now. Actually, I mean, I have their tracks. I still listen to them today, and but why don't you tell us just a little brief history about you and them, because I found it very fascinating, especially when I got to see a couple of videos that you had put out at Walk Back, where you reunited with them and was playing. And I don't know if were y'all in a home or something. I remember because it was during the pandemic. It was during the pandemic. Yeah.
That was the Valentine's Day show. Yeah, you're talking about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually, I actually got introduced into the group back in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon was having some health issues, so he had to take some time off, and he handpicked me and brought me in and had me play the guitar. Of course, you go through the screening process, but because there's another guitar player that they had also. And anyway, they liked me. They liked what I was, capable of doing. Plus, I sing and play, and I'm a showman.
Yes.
And so they really liked that about everything. So I was a good contributing factor to their situation, and the chemistry was good too. And that's what a lot of bands are more, you can get somebody to play, but if the chemistry ain't right between everybody in all parties, it's tension still on stage. You can't say something to a person, everybody walking on eggshell.
Right.
Man, you out of tune, John. What's wrong with you, man? That thing. Now you ready to cut my head off. Ray's looking over at me like, why he say that to you, man? Who is he? He a new dude. He can't tell you out of tune.
Right.
But all that kind of fake, all that crazy stuff. But it was a real good situation with them, man. We was all like brothers. I've been knowing them a long time, and they saw fit to, drag me in and help cultivate my skills as far as being able to be a better people person on stage. And the skills of what we do, we all got mad skills at what we do, and so that ain't an issue saying that you're not good at what you do.
Right.
But you got to be able to present in front of people and be able to have a certain persona that is going to be appealing to everybody. You can't be all over the top where they can't approach you. Me, I try to be as down to earth as possible. Wherever you see me, I'm the same person, and I really am. Everybody that knows me, they'll know that. They'll say, well, I don't know him that way, but every time I see him, the same way, he's cordial, and then he was gone. That's it.
Right. Yeah.
But that's me. So,
that's great,
I'm
man.
thankful to have that affiliation. And thank you for even asking me, Gary.
Yeah, man, because like I said, it was so good to see you in that element, man. I really enjoyed watching that, and like you said, I can tell because the way you guys gelled together, and it seems like you actually was right in with them from the beginning. That's what it seems like. When just hearing you guys, so you really fit the part really well, man.
Thank you.
Very well.
I want to say we got Keith
in
the room.
The jazz man.
I see you, big bro.
Welcome, brother.
Hey, I'm doing like Ray. Wait a minute. Wait for it. I got my munchie too.
Look at
Look at when it first come on, I'm looking at it. I said, He look like that girl. Then did he finally eased in that little old smile on it?
You see what we got to deal with, John?
Just don't show any crack like he did earlier.
No, I'm not gonna show no crack.
So you got double sexy out there, double sexy, right?
I'm gonna let him be the crack baby all by himself.
Hey, Wilfred. Now you see what I have to put up with. Even when I go to Atlanta to see him, I have to put up with it.
Oh my goodness, I know that's right.
But the one that had us laughing the first time he went to go see Keith is when Keith was describing.
There you go, right there, John. Look at that, John.
You already got the pine wood out.
Always available. For those who don't think there's no pine wood, here it is, baby. Oops upside the head.
No, but the first time when Ray stopped by to see Keith in Atlanta, when he described Ray getting out of the vehicle.
For those who don't know, the first time I met Ray, he came to Atlanta.
Yeah.
So
he was
on one side of the complex. He called me, "Hey, where you at?" I say, "Okay, I'm finna go stand outside. I'm gonna wait for you to come down the driveway." So he came down the driveway. So I see this nice Cadillac Escalade truck, you know. So he finally go ahead and pull in, and I'm standing at the top of the hill. So I'm waiting on him. He opened up the door and slid out the seat. Now, mind you, folks, this man has always said at the end of the show, the tall man's coming home. So I'm waiting to see this tall guy get out. Excuse my French, the damn fidget came out the truck. Slid out the seat. I'm walking up the hill. I hugged him. His head was on my chest. I could not wait to get on the show the next week to tell this story.
Love it.
Yeah. I had a saying said, John, I had a saying said, hey, mama, put the camera in the window because the tall man is coming home.
Yeah, he used to say that all the time.
That stayed in my mind. So this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for 6'4", 6'5" to come strolling out the truck with some cowboy boots.
Yes, sir.
He might as well had some skis on his feet. And he just could have slid on down the driveway.
Did he hit the running boards too?
No, Gary. When he slid out, hit the running board, he slid right on over. Now when he came, matter of fact, when he came this last time, that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to make sure he had running boards on his truck. So we went outside when he was going to leave. I was like, well, damn, he do got running board. He just slid all over them. That's what you call easy access, baby.
Hey, Pete, so you're saying if y'all both were to do a vocal, y'all can't share the same mic. Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's only the height, but also the depth of their voices.
Yeah.
Ray thinks that he's as deep as Keith, but he's not.
How funny.
Come on and hit it, Ray.
Here we go.
Come on and give it to me, Ray. Get some water first. Come on. When the sea runs dry. Come on, Ray. Come on, baby.
Man, drink.
Yeah, they too much. They too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have to say thank you as always, Gary, for inviting me to come on this great show. Oh, yeah. This is always like coming home, being with the family.
Yes, indeed, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we always love it when you come over, man, and I just want to send a special shout out to you for doing your hard work over there at So Jazzy and all the other outlets that you do, because you definitely support all of us great indie artists. You do such a fantastic job keeping everybody aware of our music releases and everything. So we thank you, brother. Really do.
Yes.
Oh, you're
Absolutely.
very welcome.
Absolutely.
I mean, because a lot of people don't, and I think Algie knows too, because I think Algie does a radio show, but definitely the four of us, we've been in this game for so long, and it's not about us. It's about the fans and it's about the artists.
Yes, indeed.
That's
what it is.
So we always trying to make you guys look and sound good. Trust me.
Thank you. Yes.
And for your benefit, this is also another form of marketing for you guys. So as Gary always say near the end of the show, and Joyce, when you being invited or somebody's playing your music, let your fan base know where your music is being played. It not only shines a light on you, but it shines a light on the radio networks that play your music every week.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm grateful, very grateful. Thank you guys both so much. And thank you, Gary, for having me.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, always.
But that
always.
ain't no problem, man.
Can I give Keith one?
Yeah. Next time, y'all come up with some payola.
Ray,
You say with the payola, Ray?
Yeah.
he's still not hearing me. Ray?
I heard you, Grizz. I just bypassed it.
Yeah, but
Yeah, we got a guest trying to say something.
You overstepped the Saint. He was
Yeah.
trying to talk.
Yes.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead, John.
Man.
I was finally going to give Keith his time.
Oh,
Keith, I don't say this much because I don't want your head to get bigger than my phone that I have in front of me right now.
oh, snap. Let me
But
you
check
see.
it out. I'll let my battery die out because of that. Keith is,
You see the D on the hat. Now I'm finna turn it sideways, bro.
this is brought to you by Pinewood. I understand, but
Yes,
let me
sir.
just. Keith is that one person that I always look towards when I feel that I'm playing in a flat key, but make it sound major. You know why? Because he uplifts me. He has his moments that he uplifts me, even when he's talking about his Pinewood. But the simple fact is that he gives his time, a great amount of his time, to every single one of us artists. He builds us up.
Yep.
That's the one thing missing with inside the music industry. Imagine there was a KG in every damn state, on every damn radio station, and in every single record label. How do you think the business would be right now?
Oh my goodness, yes. Yeah.
No
And I
doubt
just want
about
to say, KG, thank you. You know, I always say you're the man, the myth, the legend. You're going to continue to be that way. Now let your head deflate.
Not quite yet, because I want to add a little more helium to the situation, because just, you know, I was a new artist coming out, and Will McNeil saw enough in me to handle me and bringing me to Keith. Both of those guys, this is pre Ninja and all this stuff, you know.
And another great
Eugene
supporter,
Brown,
mind you.
Yes, sir. And also, for me to have gotten from where I was to where I'm at today, it's instrumental. I'm gonna say it again, that those two individuals catapulted my awareness to the public, so that people would know who I am in the music that I had. Because I've been doing this for a lot of years with a lot of different bands. You'll see my name on 100. I ain't gonna say 100, but a whole lot of different music that's already been out. We talk about rap music, MC Breeds, Ready for the World, stuff like that, way early.
Yes.
But the issue of when you become your own artist, it turns a whole different corner for somebody to catapult you into the scene of you as an individual. And so I have to truthfully say those individuals, including you, Gary, because you done had me on your show a couple of times, and I had to take my hat off to you too, man, because you don't have to have a small corn chips on your show, you know. So but what we do, you know, we have to keep ourselves humble and present ourselves in a way so that we can have people enjoy what we do, because there's a plethora of artists out there for you to choose from. But what I will say is, the people that will make you and can break you is the individuals like yourself. You know, they put you out there in a certain light, which you just said, you know, to make us look a certain way. And I had to take my hat off to you. Of course, my head ain't as big as yours, Keith, so, you know, I had to loose my hat.
It ain't big as Ray's.
Yeah. I had to pop them notches a few, but I really do, and I thank you for that, because Keith, actually, a lot of people don't realize this. Keith was actually in about 3/4 retirement before he seen and heard from a project that was my little old raggedy project that Will McNeil let him hear, and they was kind of hashing me out like, well, who is this dude? You know, because when you break in a new artist, you don't know if he got staying power, if he's a viable artist. And I'm gonna call that way because artists have head trips, if you understand what I'm saying. You don't know if they a good prospect to put your attention into or not. So, but you know, they saw fit to take the chance. You know, Gary too. You done had me on a couple of times. You had me on here with Kia, myself a couple of times. So you know, we sometimes you just don't know what's going to come out of a person's mouth, if they, if they're crazy or not, or some credible information.
Absolutely.
So I've been around a long time, so I try to make sure that I say the right things and make sure that it's understandable so that when the public do hear me say something crazy, like when I say garbage and all that stuff, don't take it as me trying to say that it's really garbage. It's just I'm being facetious. I ain't as good as John. John, he can pull that off. He got that look and he make you believe it. So I can get, I'm learning, John. I'm learning. But as far as going back to all the stuff that what we try to do, it won't happen unless we got that team of people like you guys yourself to help us get to over that platform, and the platform that y'all present to the people in a certain way. They love to come hear y'all. They here every week to see y'all, and I'm just fortunate to be a part of what y'all present.
But in the last 20 years that me and Gary have been, dipping and dabbing, we have seen a lot of artists that he has interviewed, has moved up to the next level, and now some of those artists are very untouchable.
Yes,
they're very untouchable, and they still have to appreciate where they come from, where the music is played. How many people has heard that music? But a lot of them, they hear this and blew up.
Yeah. Well, I'll truthfully say this. I want to be able to come back to the show, regardless if I dwindle or aspiring to being a hot air balloon. I want to be able to come back and shed some light on the way and I'm going to say the strategies. And that's what it is. It takes strategies and a team for you to get here. You just don't fall into this thing. I don't care how good your talent you think you may have, because there's channels and there's levels to this. A lot of people probably don't want to hear that, but it is. Yeah. It's just honesty and truth,
Yes.
And for you to get to where you think you want to be, it takes diligence and perseverance, and actually you studying your craft and knowing your craft and the business. Mm-hmm. And the business is like 96%. I'm gonna say the talent. You can be good. I wish I was as good as John is, but he throw me out there all the time. But we do what we do. They let me in on their projects to be able to, what'd you say, John? Get your shine on. Is that what you say all the time? Yeah. So what we do.
I'm gonna say this: if we went out to eat, I'm that piece of bread that they left on the table from the last people that was sitting at the table. You, KG, Renee, you guys are that steak, that great fine wine. And I'm going to get there, but it's God's time. It's my heart in everything. Right now, I'm not going to talk about what I'm doing next year, but that's where I'm trying to make it to that table along with you guys. And
well, you've been at that table long before I got there, and I'll just say it like this: and because what we do, we got a chance to shine together. So when they see Raj and Nate, they get a chance. They're like, well, where did these guys come from? We've been here all the time. It's just those things and the powers that be sometimes that we can't kind of get over a certain hurdle in a certain timing. And I'm going to say it like that. It ain't because it's not going to happen, because it is going to happen. Because we got, look at the people we're working with on the screen right now. It's going to happen, but everything happens in God's timing. And with that being said, I would like to just actually say, if you don't put your faith in God's timing, what we do ain't going to mean nothing at all. God's going to present you in his shape, time, and form when he's ready for it.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. And that's and I'm going to say that's why most of this year I was like off of social media to a great extent. But at the beginning of this year, I felt God in my life. I felt the connection between God, music, family, and getting around this whole pandemic thing that allowed me to find out more about what is this thing called family love, brotherly love, love of your craft and love of what you like to do, which is promote other people and let everyone get to the top of that mountain so we can all see that on sky, that landscape together. Yeah. And that's where I'm going in 2022, because a lot of people are going to be hearing me reach out to them, because I want to shine and I want everyone else to shine together. So a lot of artists, I'm going to be reaching out to you.
I'll tell you what, John, it's room for everybody. It's a lot of room there.
Yes, sir.
It's a lot of room. if every artist, if the artists such as yourself help other artists to achieve, and you're moving on and just helping each other. That's all it's about, helping each other.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're gonna get your blessings from there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But you help each other. Don't always think that, oh, I'm better than sliced bread. But no, somebody else is better than you.
Mm-hmm. For real.
That's
Yeah.
right.
For real.
Very good. Well,
Oh, and just to break this a little bit, going back to what we were talking about Ray's big head, David McLaurin said funniest part to see him driving it, his head is barely over the steering wheel.
I know. I know.
That's why I was laughing, guys, earlier because I saw that.
yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Since you said that, why don't we while we have this little time, let's shout out some folks in the chat room right quick.
Oh, okay.
That are
Give me my
watching.
glasses on because I can't see my own writing. Okay, some people have already left. We've had John Vargas from 510 Jazz,
Mm-hmm.
Colleen Keithley,
Colleen.
Cara. Yes, Cara. Miss Prissy's in the chat room too.
All right.
We had Lord B in the chat room, but now he's actually we can see him. Marilyn Ford, your cousin, Lord B, she's in the chat room. Algie, Henry Mixon, Castella was in there as well, but she had to go. The ninja, my ninja, David McLaurin. Jessica was also in the chat room. I don't know if she's still there or if she's gone to sleep because she's in Africa. Katie Smith. There was an Iris Bowling.
Mm-hmm.
Deborah, also Filia. I guess I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it right. She was in the chat room for a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Walter Taylor's in the house.
Brother Walter.
Also have Audley Reed in the house. There was somebody that was named Cherokee. I don't know if that person's still in there or not. And we have Gia.
All right.
The one
Gia.
that, yes, the one that for some reason Keith calls a fidget. So,
Oh.
Who was that?
Oh.
yeah, it. Thanks, guys, and whoever else is just out there anonymously watching. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate it very much. So, well, guys, now the rest of the year is getting close, man. I tell you, even though we're dealing with all this COVID stuff and everything else, I know some places have opened up a little bit more than what it was early in the year, and a lot of people getting around and stuff. But what do you guys have in stored or planned for 22? Because that's going to be here before you know it. And I don't know if you guys have some stuff that's already planned that's you're waiting to see, what's happening. But I'm just kind of interested in knowing. And I know you Will, since then you have already made some trips happen. Because I've seen you on flight on some of your posts. I don't know, maybe it might have been a little bit while back. I don't know. But I just wanted to kind of get ask somebody who's experienced the flighting now in this period how that is, because I'm sure it's it's a little different.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I will say that I've had some issues with TSA. That's really, I'm gonna say, it's maddening,
Mm-hmm.
but it's. I guess you could say they were doing their job, but they're not, because I got a lot of equipment sometimes that I carry with me, which is in a briefcase, ammo case, and
Right.
they break stuff apart. And then when you get, I'm gonna say, let's say the seating now. The seating sometimes they'll tell you one thing when you're purchasing your ticket, saying that a flight might not be full and you have ample spacing between you, that there'll be maybe a seat, and then when you get on the flight, it's so full you can't even put your feet on the floor. There's somebody up under you. So
Oh, wow.
it's a lot going on that way. I hate to be bearer of bad news, but as far as when it was actually at the peak, we had to fly. We did what was called Funk Corona, and that was in Los Angeles. And I remember that was with Delta Airlines. Going with Delta, it wasn't a miserable trip, but I'm gonna say No, it wasn't it wasn't pleasant at all.
Wow.
But I have to go back and say, with the TSA is really they actually make the flying experience kind of bad, and that's the security people. Let's say it that way, because we trying to take precautions to keep our stuff clean, and then you got to think like this. They got to look at what your belongings are. So, with me, I got a lot of electronics with my gear. So they have probably touched maybe 200 or 300 people before they get to my stuff, and they're going through everything. Ain't changing gloves, not all the time. They do change gloves because I work, but everybody's not always changing gloves. So they done probably touch 70 or 80 people's stuff and then touch your stuff, and now you're going through that. Then they pat you down also when you go through the scanner. So, and I'm sitting there thinking, then they pour. I mean, it was, for me, I was getting a little perturbed because they had put like some powder, on your hands. I guess they sprinkling me for explosives or drugs or something. Oh, man, I'm the cleanest person. So I'm, do you think I'm trying to get, I'm trying to get through to get to the next phase so I can go play. I missed a flight because of them like that. We was getting ready to go play in LA. Yeah, they stopped me, and then I just went ziggity boom. I just told them, you know what? I'm gonna call my promoter. They done spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to make this happen for me to be there on time. Tell you what, you explain why I missed the plane on your recognizance. Telling me that this lady's gonna tell me I got to take my money clip and it can't go through. So I'm not gonna throw away my silver money clip. It's solid silver. So I go back and check it in for $40. And then I come back through my plane. I get to the gate. They closing the door. They will not open the door. I got 15 more minutes. They don't even pull the gate away. Whatever that thing is, you walk across the gate. Just nightmares. So anyway, that has been more than once. We talk about different members have went through that. So it's not just me. So
yeah.
But as far as catching something,
I'm gonna tell you one thing. You don't want to go through customs. Put it that way.
Oh no, I have been. I go out the country also, and man, I can tell you something there, but I'm gonna leave that. That's off the air. Yeah, but that was that experience, and I hope anybody that's traveling now during this COVID, I would say travel light. Try to keep your belongings as light as possible. If you got something that's let's say, I ain't gonna even say electronics because they touch all your computers and your phones anyway. They make you go through on that little thing, and sometimes they got a bad habit. I don't know if you ever really watch. They will actually grab certain tubs and dump it out because they wanna manipulate it and see what's
Yeah.
Ain't no telling what the next person had before you. You know what I'm saying?
That's no truth. That's no lie. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They never wipe their table down. So I'm really trying to keep myself, from getting all bent out of shape because I see all the different things that they miss, and but what can you say? I'm just one person.
You can't say nothing because if you
there you
say
go.
something, they're gonna turn you around, kick you out of that line. You're not gonna even get on your plane.
Sir, you want to step this way? Where's your bags? Come this way, sir.
Yeah.
Right there. I know that. Yes, sir. I know that.
Look here, I went off on custom. I done walked through there with my stick, my cane, going, but coming back, they want to stick it down and talking about throw it away and all that. I said, man, look here. I'm not gonna do that. I come in there with it and I'm leaving with it. Only thing they took out of my bag was some mouthwash and it didn't even have alcohol in it. Throwed it away. I threw it in the room. They pissed me off.
Anything above 5 ounces of liquid, right? They get rid of it. Yes, sir.
Wow.
But look here. I brought this liquor back with me. They ain't say nothing about it.
But you checked that in, though. You checked that in under the plane, right? That wasn't in your carry-on.
No, it was in my bag up under the plane.
Yeah, that's right. You checked it in. That's what I'm saying. Right. You can't anything a carry-on or a knife, anything above an inch and a half with a blade or a sharp point, you can't get it on the plane. I'm sorry. They just ain't gonna let it happen.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Blame them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like all the colognes, the nice colognes we have, the bottles 1.5, they take
Yeah.
all of that. They
Mm.
take all of that.
No, well, that was all. I had my cologne and everything. It was in my bag. So now I had. Only thing I had in my, I had my backpack. I had my camera in there,
Mm.
and batteries. And then it messed with the battery because it's for my camera,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
in the bag up under the plane.
Mm.
Travel light. That's my advice for you. Travel light.
Travel light. Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, because I was interested in hearing that because I'm sure a lot of people's probably experiencing that like you have and different stuff. So, but anyhow, wow. I was looking at the time. I guess we are getting close to
Yep.
closing, aren't we? So
Mhm.
before that time gets away from us, guys, why don't y'all tell us how everyone can keep up with you guys and follow you, and if you have any more information you'd like to give out, please do at this time, please.
John?
Okay.
Well, I'm on Instagram, Facebook. Well, mostly, I'm not on Instagram and Facebook, mostly Instagram, because I'm redeveloping me. I'm redeveloping the sound. I'm redeveloping what I bring to the table in reference to what the people need to hear audibly, what I need to feel in my heart. And that is a visual and that's an audio presentation. So for right now, I would say you can reach me on Instagram as well as Facebook, and the music is all on Tidal, iTunes, Apple, everywhere, Spotify. And the music doesn't stop because love don't stop, and I have some love to give next year, and I want you to hear that. Because I'm coming out with a new album, All About Love Volume 2.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I feel that's what we need right now because there's too much BS in this world right now in reference to how we as a people being treated,
Yes.
economically as well as musically in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we need love, and we need to have our music heard and heard the correct way. So just look out for me and a lot of other artists.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Well, me, I'm almost have to hand it over to Keith because Keith does a whole lot of my advertising for me. But as far as my platforms that you can reach me on, Keith, take it away. And if you miss anything, I'll fill in.
Look, you can only get it on his website.
Yeah. Well, you can go to my website, which is www.wilfredfrelix.com. I also have an artist page that you can reach me booking. Keith does my booking for me. Also, Rajane, not Freeman, which is Russia. I book myself, but I try not to go into that capacity because I love doing the music side and the business side. These guys they got long, extensive, I'm gonna say careers of doing just to make sure that the experience that when you want to book me, it's gonna be a pleasurable one, and everybody will get what they want out of me. Mm-hmm. So I'll leave that to be said. As far as all the different platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, I believe it's Deezer. Oh my goodness, it's just the one that Jay-Z got. It's pretty much every digital platform you can find me on it. And you can find me Wilfred Ninja Frelix or Wilfred Frelix. Take your pick. Thank you.
Yes. Awesome. And I'm gonna also point over to Keith. Keith, if there's anything you'd like to tell everybody, and also please give out your information as what you do weekly on your platforms, please.
They see what I have to deal with on a daily basis. But for those who don't know, I have a marketing promotion business, and John and Wilfred, they're my clients, and a few others that you may see come in the chat room. Jazzman Music Marketing and Promotion, and I also do a radio show 3 days a week on So Jazzy Radio, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, 7 o'clock p.m. to 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and a syndicated show on the Indie Music Network on Mondays at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But it's always a pleasure to come back home, to be with my family. It's always a joy, because you put on some fantastic artists and you do such a great job from week to week.
Hey, can I say this? While you was talking, Keith, I just hear Wes Montgomery guitar, and I hear Wilfred playing it. You just had that voice that make people want to go to sleep at 1 o'clock in the morning.
You got the voice,
You know what
don't
I'm
you? You got that voice. Woo.
And it's good. I see our good friend Barbara Weiss Ward.
Yeah, she just came in.
Yeah. Good to see you, Barbara.
Hey, Barbara. What's up, sis? Good to hear and see you.
Man, this has just been a great platform, I'm telling you. As long as all of you have been in the business, you and Ray doing it, and then Griselda coming on board, it don't get no better than this. Really.
Thanks.
We really appreciate it, man. I'm so happy to know each and every one of you. And as long as we've all known each other and the things that we do to try to keep all of our music alive. It's just, I'm really appreciative to all the supporters and people that come in and listen every week. So thank you, and thank you, Keith. Really appreciate your support, man. Really do. So with that said, it is about that time to wrap things completely up. So I just want to say, everybody have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy, and please be safe out there, whatever you're doing out there. And then we're gonna actually be back next week. Grizz is gonna fill us in on what we have for next week. And I want to say thank you again to both ThaSaint, Wilfred Frelix, and also our brother, the Jazz Man. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It's our pleasure.
Say it, Ray. Go ahead. Make it, Ray. Make it right. Because I know you're going to say something crazy.
What I was going to say, it's our pleasure of having you, ThaSaint, and Wilfred on the show today, man. I hope, that what y'all said today, that y'all enlightening the other artists that's out there, what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what to say about Keith, that fidget over there.
I'm a fidget.
Gave you a compliment. I said, don't give him no compliment. Don't give him nothing. But no, that's my friend and my partner. Like I said, every time I come to Atlanta, I have to stop and see him. I have to
slide out of that Escalade.
These days, I'm rolling out that Escalade. Shit. But hey, Keith, it's our pleasure to have you on the show, my brother.
Always happy to be here. Anytime you want me or need me, I'm here.
I know that's right. Well, only thing I can say, see you later. Bye.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. John and Wilfred, thank you. And Lord V for coming in at the last minute to join us. Thank you. Great show, guys. Thank you. And again, your music is amazing. Amazing. And I can't wait to hear that the collaboration that John that you're talking about between you, Keith, and Wilfred. I want to hear that. I can't wait.
And don't forget Ray.
We'll forget Ray. He's gonna make it too southern. No, we want to keep the R&B quality with Keith. Ray's gonna have to be a totally different song. But thank you guys. Thank you guys. And I can't wait to hear, what else is coming up with you guys, so.
Thank you very much.
And Miss Cara, Miss Prissy, thank you as well.
Yes, thank you,
Colleen,
Cara.
you'll be getting your CDs pretty soon. So hopefully you've got all the addresses to everybody that you need to get to. All right. I just want to thank everybody that joined us in the chat room, the ones that are just watching anonymously. Thank you for joining us. Next week we have Christian Demasonis and we have a singer, Ness, will be joining us.
Yay.
Next. Yes, it's going to be a great show. Another one. So please join us. Invite a friend. Since Joyce had to leave early, don't forget to do the thumbs up on this page. Join, subscribe, so that way, and hit the subscribe button and the bell to alert, so that way when Gary comes on live, it'll let you know. It'll give you an alert to say he's live, to remind you to come over and join us. And have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Thank goodness it's cooled off. Yay!
Yeah, nice.
But still stay hydrated though. We still, it still gets a little warm in the afternoons, but but be careful and enjoy the rest of your weekend with your family and friends. And we'll say ciao.
All right, everybody. And if you
Have a
don't,
great.
Hey, Gary.
Yes.
Ray's gonna get done in 2 weeks in a row. We on here.
I know.
Wait till Big Christian get on there. He's 6'7".
Yes, indeed.
And Ray will be the fidget.
Ray will be the fidget.
And I'm going to be a munchkin.
So we all gonna be under. Yeah. All
Well,
right.
Ray, you have company. My wife would be right there with you.
Cara is a hip hugger.
All right, everybody. We love you, everybody. And thank you. We're out. And we'll see you next week. And if you did happen to tune in late, don't worry. The archive will be available shortly. So just keep it locked always. We'll see you next week.
Ciao.
All right.
Ciao.